Nimley will have the red ones. Right to the middle of the cage. Both fighters. Oh, we're talking seriously. And then Sanpan is pumped up. He's hitting hard. He's swinging for the fences here.
He's getting a little wild, though. He's kind of telegraphing every time he pats his gloves. You know?
Yeah, this is the newness. This is what everybody here in the crowd comes to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Very high intensity. A lot of quick, aggressive movements.
I'm guessing if this one goes to the ground, they'll be right back up.
Well, they're two very strong athletic individuals. And, yeah, you know, with this type of explosiveness, it's so hard to control, especially in the early rounds.
Sanpan has the blue gloves with the red tape. Richardson, blue tape with the black gloves. We'll see these guys start to settle down here as they start to get in later into this round.
Yeah, when you land a few punches and have a few punches land on yourself, it kind of slows the pace down a little bit. You know, any sort of a fight when you're training in the gym, after that initial, you get tagged, it kind of slows it down, and it's really no different here.
And not that Sanpan's out of shape, because he's definitely in shape, but Richardson looks like a little piece of dynamite.
Oh, big shot landed there.
He caught him.
Uppercut.
He's stunned, too. Nimley has no idea where he's at. He's trying to wipe that off his eye like it was a piece of mustard.
But, Kevin, you called it exactly. He was breathing heavy. His jaw was open. And what happened? Richardson was able to push him up against the cage, and he landed a very hard, heavy uppercut that dropped Nimley. Nimley looked like he was able to recover, but it certainly shocked him, and he was not braced for that shot at all.
Ooh, good knee, and then comes out with a left. Richardson's feeling a lot better right now, a little more confident. Sanpan is dazed. He has that dazed look. He has that I've been in a car accident and I hit my head on the dash look.
Well, he's certainly dazed, but he's actually doing quite well. He's working for the underhooks. He's trying to create space. He's keeping his hips heavy so he's not just falling over when Richardson kind of plows into him. And, you know, with Richardson, he's actually set himself up for takedowns, but it just takes time to find the timing of getting that actual takedown. A big right hand just landed and dropped.
And I'm going to Sanpan didn't get really knocked down. He went for a kick and got pushed down. But that put him into a defensive mode, which put him into a sprint. We were talking about 2 fights ago where it looked like me coming home after talking a bunch of crap.
Richardson's looking for the choke, but, you know, it's very hard to pull out without that leg leverage, so he's going to wisely let it go. Richardson's really doing a good job of staying calm here, too. And, he didn't overreact when Nimley kind of came at him and went real aggro with it. And now he's starting to land those hard shots.
10 seconds, 5 seconds left here in the end of round number 1. As pumped up as Sanpan came out. And round number 2, Michael Dolman, the referee. They get the gates closed, and here we go.
Trading hard kicks.
Ooh, Sanpan comes out.
Couple shots landed there.
Yeah. Richardson back on his heels.
Now, big push kick. Good time, well-timed push kick that took him. I was going to say that was a well-timed push kick that took Nimley off. And then, you know, Richardson shot the double, but Nimley had good hips, was able to pressure and keep the space. And it seems like his seconds actually told him the proper thing. You know, establish your shots,
right,
control the range, and you're going to find more success. And so far, you know, he has.
And the judges see people more active, throwing more blows, throwing more kicks. Does that make a difference to the judge?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, the more active you are, not only does it just look better and for the judge, oftentimes it's going to lead to more success. You know, the more swings you take, the better your chances are of hitting the ball.
Sanpan in the blue gloves with the red tape. Richardson in the black gloves with the blue tape. This is a exhibition fight, first time for both of these guys. Richardson's starting to look tired.
He's starting to slow down a little bit. Yeah, you know, some of those body shots that landed, you know, initially might have taken a little bit out of him.
Yeah,
you know?
starting to look tired.
There was a little bit of an adrenaline dump from both fighters, but as they started to settle in the first round, Richardson looked comfortable. But, you know, now it seems like Nimley's really kind of coming into his own and understanding that you can't just run through somebody. You have to establish your shots and set them up.
Yeah, Sanpan is really good left from Richardson. He settled down after that first round. I mean, he was pumped. But you would be too. This is the roller coaster.
Oh, it is. very much an emotional roller coaster. And with adrenaline and trading shots and that feeling you get when you hit somebody and then that negative feeling that happens when you get hit, it's hard to keep it all under control. And it just takes years and years of experience. But for first-time fighters, these guys are doing a great job of really adjusting that from that frantic first-round pace to a more methodical, strategic second round.
Oh, good kick from Richardson on that inside right leg. Oh, another good one.
He followed it up with a right hand, which was a nice change of pace, too.
I'm gonna tell you, Richardson's legs are strong. He's kicked him a couple. Oh, Nimley's got him on the back. What? Wait! don't take a step back.
Look, Nimley, that was a wild exchange. Nimley's countering him now. He needs to keep
pressure
up against. Exactly, pressure. Keep him up against the fence. Force him into your game.
And Richardson's still pressing. Man, Sanpan.
Well, he didn't really take advantage of that time. He did hurt Richardson. I mean, fighters are so good at masking the pain, especially when they get the wind knocked out of them. But when you land a hard body shot like that, it's always good to follow it up. You don't have to be overly aggressive, but you want to touch him. You want to make him think more is coming.
That's the end of round number 2, and I'm going to tell you what, Sanpan really bounced back, Kenny. We'll get you. I know you want to fight. All right, here we go. Start of round number 3 of this exhibition. Doesn't look like an exhibition. People are all pumped up.
Richardson's actually denied the glove tap.
You look around the room here, and the cell phones are out. Ooh, good knee. That caught Richardson.
Trading some hard leather, too. Richardson threw that overhand right that landed.
Whew. Sanpan is swinging to hurt you. He's not swinging to just tap you. Knee right. I liked it.
Sanpan's getting a little rhythm.
Caught him with the knee, followed with the right. There's a
Big
left.
shots landed there.
Yeah. Richardson's starting to get a little wild. Now Sanpan's starting to talk a little bit. Both fighters right here in front of the table.
See, now Richardson's riding a little too high, and that's what allowed Sanpan to turn Richardson on his back and push him against the cage. You need to go a little bit lower. You need to establish a lower base than your opponent to get him to the ground and suck them in, or, if possible, lift them up and send them for a ride.
Nimley talking a little trash there as they were up against the cage. As you were chit-chatting, I'm watching Nimley say something to him. Look, he's pulling him in. See, this to me is, if you're an exhibition fighter and you've been knocked down 2 or 3 times, you better be careful.
Yeah, you definitely, maybe you're trying to get in his head, maybe you're trying to put on a show, but when you start doing things like this, you got to be really careful that you don't have to pay for those words almost immediately.
Yeah.
Your timing's a little bit off. You don't have that cage experience yet to know when you could do that. And Richardson's still dangerous. He's still throwing those hard shots.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I don't know what he's talking about. Look, go get him. Sometimes when you're a little bit cocky, it makes me not want to like you.
Well, his coaches aren't really pleased either. They're seeing what he's doing, but they want him to be more active.
Well, I'm about to say, you better get some points is what you probably ought to be doing instead of dancing.
Well, that hard body shot definitely gave him points.
That was a hell of a kick. He looks to be in control of this fight. I'm not going to take that away from him, but he should win the fight and worry about dancing later. You want to talk trash in the back.
Yeah, if you're Richardson, you kind of have to just drive, throw it, and push through this. You can't let the head games, affect you too much.
Boy, I don't know what he was waiting on there.
Big shot landed. Now beautiful punches from Nimley. What he did was he didn't overexert. He really put good pressure on them and threw volume. That was something we hadn't seen yet, and quite frankly, that's not something you see from a debut fighter.
Both fighters standing right in the middle of the cage. Nimley talking to Richardson, wants him right in the middle, and then he backs away. He talks smack, and then Richardson still just being the aggressor. He caught a couple of kicks to the rib section. If you're Richardson, you got to know that big shots landed there. 2 of them.
Yeah,
and then Nimley just won't capitalize. He wants to step back instead of pressing. This kid's got to learn to fight and not mess around and leave it up to these judges.
His corner's pleading with him to get more active because of that first round, and that second round could have gone either way. Really impressed with Nimley's conditioning, but you just.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear a big round of applause for both these fighters putting on a great show. Good job, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for a decision. Judge 1 scores the bout 29-29. Judge 2 scores the bout 29-28. And Judge 3 scores the bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision. Out of the red corner, it's Sanpan Nimley.
Well, there you see it. Nimley comes away a winner. He is pumped up in his exhibition fight. Great job